So obviously, James Harden is not Kobe Bryant, and Joel Embiid is not Shaq. But there's a possibility that if paired together, they can become a watered down version essentially. But looking at this strictly from Philadelphia's point of view, not Houston's. Strictly from Philadelphia's point of view, this trade will make them contenders instantly, in my opinion. Harden is a top 5 player in the league. As a matter of fact, what you have in this duo right here, in Harden and Embiid, you have two players that are the best at their position. Arguably. Jokic and Embiid is an argument. Jokic is winning right now. But essentially you have two players that are at the top of their own positions in the league. Doc Rivers has his hands full. He has his hands full. He's never coached a team like this. Doc Rivers has never had a scoring two guard paired with a dominant center. He had Tracy McGrady, but it was Tracy alone. He had Blake Griffin, but he didn't have the dominant two guard, scoring wise. So for me, it's on Doc Rivers. I mean, what you have in this team right now is a dominant duo similar to Kobe and Shaq in that you can't stop any of them. You couldn't stop Kobe and you couldn't stop Shaq. So how is this offense going to actually run? Because you can't run the 0-1 Lakers offense in 2020. So the first thing I think about is how much easier it's going to be for Embiid. Because you don't have Ben Simmons clogging the paint. See, what you had before was Embiid in the post. Ben Simmons makes the entry pass. Makes the post pass to Embiid. And Simmons' defender lag off and double team Embiid. And Embiid is not the Jokic passer, the Tim Duncan passer, the Marc Gasol passer, to be able to see the open shooters, if there are any. Analysts always criticize Embiid for not being in the post, but it's obvious. He knows the double team is coming. He can't do much. I mean, when you look at Embiid turnovers, Embiid right now is averaging more turnovers than assists. And he's a big man, so we don't expect him to get a lot of assists. But he's a big man, and we don't expect him to get a lot of turnovers. I mean, since he entered the league, he's been 3.8, 3.7, 3.5, 3.1. Like, bro, he's consistently seeing two dudes every time. That wouldn't be the problem with Harden. Not only because Harden is such a threat from the outside, but because Harden is a better playmaker in terms of the offense. You see, Ben is a better passer, more creative passer. But with his lack of a jump shot, it shortens the flow. He sees less, he has less options. He has less passing options than a guy like Harden, who's such a scoring threat that all eyes are on him. And he can pick you apart. With Simmons, you couldn't do that. Speaking of Harden, how would this affect Harden's game? One thing for sure is that Embiid isn't Capella. You're not going to run 80 pick and rolls every game with Embiid. So if you look at the last time Harden played with a big, not Capella, but a big who demanded his touches, and a guy like Dwight, he was 25.9 and 27 points per game, which guarantee he was 23 and 24 years old. But I think Harden's scoring numbers will come back to earth around 28 points per game. Harden will be just fine in with Doc Rivers, because that coach Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady made his first All-Star game under Doc. So Doc can go back into his old playbook and give Harden something. I want to see how teams are going to be guarding the Harden and Joel Embiid pick and roll in situations. Would this trade put them in the finals? I mean, I think with this trade, they're guaranteed to make the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they're guaranteed to make the Eastern Conference Finals with this trade, at the bare minimum. The duo of Embiid and Harden just too talented not to. But the key is their supporting cast. Well, of course, we have Tobias, who had his best year with Doc Rivers, by the way. Then we have Shake Milton, Al Horford, along with Richardson. So kind of lineup of Harden at point guard, Richardson at the 2, Tobias at the 3, Mike Scott at the 4, Embiid at the 5, Shake Milton, Thibault, and Horford coming off the bench. Can that team win a championship? Coached by Doc Rivers. Well, it's up to Doc. Can he find a system to make all of them fit together? Can Daryl Morey trade some pieces here and there? Can he trade Horford for some depth on the bench? Because what you don't want is a 30-year-old Harden playing 37 minutes a game. And you definitely don't want Embiid playing anything past 32 minutes per game. Let Embiid coast through the regular season. Let him load manage like Kawhi. He really needs the load management. You need this man for the playoffs.
Phoenix.
Do we still trust Doc? I mean, after all this time? I mean, you blow 3-1 leads? I can make a case that in the history of NBA coaches, Doc has done less with the most talent. I can make a case. You got Chris Paul. You got Blake Griffin. You got DeAndre Jordan. You got JJ Redick. Granted, some years some key players were injured, but not a conference finals. Not only that, you lose a 3-1 lead. Doc Rivers has the most 3-1 losses in NBA history. Now, is it a coincidence? Maybe Doc Rivers has just had the most mentally weakest superstars in the league. Maybe he's been given the most mentally weakest superstars in the league. Or maybe is it him? When a team adjusts to you, can you adjust to them? That's the thing. That's the whole thing with 3-1 leads. When a team figures you out, can you figure them out? Doc Rivers has proven that he can't do that. With KD and Kyrie, Giannis is still there. Boston, Toronto ain't going nowhere. Can Philly be in that championship mix? Can they? I feel like for the last 3 years, Philly is the team that everyone's been waiting on to just take over the East. Out of all the teams, not Boston, not the Bucks, not the Raptors, Philly is the team everyone wants. Just go. The next 5 years is yours. The next 5 Eastern Conference Finals is yours. Just go take it. And they can't do that. Will Harden bring them that? That's the question. 2021, man. It's gonna be a crazy season. We'll see what happens. Without further ado, I run 3 news pages: ST Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you like the video, comment below what you think. Without further ado, man, don't be like Doc Rivers and blow no 3-1 lead. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say.